Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Morera, and I'm back here in my garden. It's about 10:30 on September 19th, and as you can hear, there's a plane going by. We live about 15 miles southwest of Tampa International, so sometimes you hear some airlines going by. So I'm here about 5 miles from the Gulf of Mexico, so the area is considered a Zone 10B. So most of these plants do stay out here all year long. So I'm just going to give you a tour of the backyard today again, and then I am going to highlight some Hoyas towards the end of this video. So sit back and enjoy. If you watched my last video, you would see that I had brought out this Hoya Ah 74 because I wanted it to keep its high splash. And it seems to be doing really well over here. It's putting out these new leaves, and there is some splash in there. They always look a little weird when they are first developing, but usually they turn nice, at least like that in this plant. So I'm happy with that. And this is my Hoya Excavata. And as you can see, I love its paddle-shaped leaves. And it's a very kind of succulent Hoya, and the flowers are exquisite, and it really never splashes. I think this is the only leaf with a little bit of splash, so if you're a splash Hoya person, this one won't do anything for you on that department. So yeah, everything is doing pretty well. I haven't watered the backyard, anything that gets rain, for about 8 weeks now, because it rains quite often, and I think these plants are getting the most amount of rain. So sometimes I worry that they get too much rain, but you know, they're in very fast draining soil, so I'm not too concerned. As you can see, they all seem to like it, and the orchids love rainwater. So as you can see, even this time of year, there's a lot of blooms coming. And I'm just in love with this Catleya hybrid over here. It's just covered in blooms. It's been on that spot for about 3 years, and it blooms regularly. And it kind of looks like a daffodil almost. The sun is hitting it just right today. So it's quite gorgeous, and that's a little phalaenopsis there. And let me see if I can, this bloom is really small, but these are Hoya Camphor Folia. And that's the buds, and those are the flowers. See if I can show you guys. So yeah, this wall over here, this whole fence hasn't been watered all summer basically, and you can see there's a lot of roots. Let me show you a couple of blooms here. This is a Hoya from Borneo. I think it's EPC 954, and it's just really a good bloomer, and it, as you can see, it blooms on very short peduncle there. So, and it's quite fragrant. It smells like lemongrass a little bit. And Hoya benvergari is blooming again. That's another frequent bloomer. And the Hoya cutis porcellana is in bud. These buds should open in about 3 days. So there's not much going on in the backyard. The Jose Bueno is going crazy, putting out a new leaf. And as you can see, it's really attaching itself to that palm tree there. It looks like this new leaf is going to be really nicely variegated. So not much flowering back here, but it is September, so plants are beginning to slow down a little bit, and pretty soon you won't get any blooms until probably, you'll get a bloom here and there, but not a good amount of blooms until March here in Florida. And one of the Hoyas I have selected for today's video is Hoya corneri. I know I've shown it in the past, but it's just so lovely with its splash and veining, the dark veins in the background. It's just a really gorgeous foliage plant. And I've seen other cornaries being sold on eBay and other sites, but they're not as beautiful as this. This one came from Sarisa in Thailand, and it consistently puts out really gorgeous leaves. And it's really not a fussy Hoya. I just haven't been able to bloom it. It just normal Hoya care, and it does its thing. This next one is a Hoya Ah 733. I've had it for a while, and Hoyas told me this is one of their newer hybrids that they have, and it looks like the Tillinoides, but it has less veining, and the leaves look a little more quilted, as you can see there and on here. So yeah, that is Hoya Ah 733. And this Carnosa, I think it's a Carnosa cross, is Hoya Patsy from Coco Ranch. And the reason I'm showing it to you is because it is pretty gorgeous. It has gorgeous leaves that are kind of wavy when they are mature. And to tell you that, I got this Hoya as a 2-node cutting about 3 months ago. And you can see it's a full-size plant. I would say it's a blooming size plant, so I just can't believe how fast this hybrid has grown. So Hoya Patsy. And this is Hoya Fawziana species Angulata. It is quite the beautiful foliage plant. It has very distinctive splashings, and when the new leaves come out, when the younger leaves and they get a little bit of sun, they get exquisite coloring. And I'll show you a really young leaf, and it's like almost cranberry red. And I apologize for the neighbors. They are very active this morning. They're using chainsaws and all kinds of stuff. So, and the birds are making a ruckus as well. So everyone in the neighborhood is up and going at 10:30 on a Sunday morning. And here is Hoya Sulawesiana. It's prized for its really unique flowers. They're like little pin cushions and really fuzzy looking, beautiful coloring, and they also have these really long succulent leaves like a Hoya species Kuminkina, and it really makes a gorgeous attractive hanging plant. Mine is in a 4-inch pot, and it seems to be happy because it keeps putting out new growth, and I see some new growth points, so I'm pretty happy. So I'm going to leave it in there for probably until spring, and then I'll move it up to a 5-inch pot. This is Hoya Sulawesiana. I think it was called SLM3 from Kalimantan at one time. And a little update on Hoya loci. Someone asked me how long the blooms last, and because it's Florida and it's kind of hot still, they're losing some of its flowers, but it's been in bloom for at least I'm thinking 2.5 weeks, so it's really one of the longest blooming Hoyas that I have. Hoya Excavata also lasts a long time. And this is Hoya Amarita, and I'm so wanting it wanting for it to bloom, and it keeps teasing me because it has the peduncles at every node, it seems, but none of them have bloomed yet for me. So keep on trying. I have had luck this year blooming stuff that I haven't bloomed before, and I'm trying this in a palm and a leca. As you can see, the roots look pretty good and the plant looks really good. So could be the water that I'm using, could be my fertilizing schedule is not working for it, or it's just too warm. So let's see. I'm holding my fingers crossed as the fall approaches that this Hoya will eventually bloom for me. Hey Swiffer, what are you doing? Hey, say hi to YouTube. So yeah, she likes to come out here and harass the lizards or anything that moves, basically. So yeah, this is another Hoya for you. This is Hoya Sulawesiana, and I've had problems with this guy many years. I've been growing for about 18-19 years, and I've bloomed this before, but it's been many years since last time I have bloomed it. So these are the buds, and it looks like it's about 4 or 5 days from blooming. Hopefully they will open and I get to see them again, because it's been, like I said, 18 years. I have it growing in leca. Last time I had it, it was just growing my potting soil mix, and it didn't like that at all. See if I can zero in on those buds, because they're quite unique looking. And I have here a Hoya Affinis Nabawanensis, Moyag River Sabah, Borneo. And you can see the leaves are very splashy on that one. And the blue jays have attacked the backyard. I think they're trying to scare off Swiffer. And you can see it is putting out new buds, and the flowers kind of look like Lacnosa croniana types. They're really poofy. They smell really good. And the foliage is consistently, as you can see, very splashy. It's actually one of my favorite Hoyas. It grows very fast, and it's really easy. And it's always very satisfying to grow this Hoya. And that Swiffer over there trying to catch a blue jay, but she never has any luck. I don't think she's ever caught a bird before, but she loves to bird watch. So that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come back next week, because I upload a new video every Sunday. So have a great week ahead of you, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.